然后我就不知道情理到底在哪里嘛。
When I first arrived at Hartford College, what attracted me most was the vast green lawn. In China, lawns are typically seen as beautiful landscapes, often with warnings not to step on them. However, in the UK, lawns are regarded as leisure and social spaces where people engage in activities like sports and picnics. During lunchtime on June 26th, my friends and I had our first picnic in the university park. We were very excited and took photos together. There are even some cute little animals here. One day, all of us sat in a circle on the lawn, each person contributing a sentence to form an absurd story. Unlike indoor sports courts and rubberized athletic fields, engaging in sports on a lawn can be a highly enjoyable experience. We can enjoy the outdoor sunshine and scenery while engaging in sports, making the experience even more enjoyable. I'm not really into sports, so on sports day, I just wanted to chill on the grass, daydream, or lend a hand to my friends. But dang, that ground was so tough. Giovanna and I tried multiple times, but it didn't work. The game began, and they were having a blast. I got caught up in the excitement of the intense scene and felt like giving it a shot too. Nevertheless, I lacked any athletic skills, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't hit the ball. I even ran in the wrong direction a few times. But anyway, I gave it a try. Practice makes perfect, and gradually I could join in the intense competition and participate in a few rounds. Well, when people are immersed in joy, they tend to forget to keep score. Let's enjoy some snippets of the game together. I thoroughly enjoyed my breakfast in Oxford. Bacon rolls, steamed eggs, fried hash browns, then topped with tomato and bean sauce and mushrooms, served with cinnamon buns and fruit yogurt. I look forward to the thought of eating such delicious food every morning. I eat a lot of noodles and buns at home in both Chinese and English. Breakfasts are my favorites. Dishes in the cafeteria piqued my curiosity. I had never seen food like this before.
I want, please.
我觉得这个来的特别像我姥姥在家做的啥的那种，但我不知道好不好吃。
Thank you so much. Hey, I need this one.
I wanted to refuse, but out of politeness, I said thank you.
Thank you.
这个巧克力蛋糕看起来不错。Perhaps the best thing to eat in this meal is the chocolate cake and the fruit. The dough of this pie seems like it wasn't cooked at all. The lamb skewers are so gamey and tough, and the taste is incredibly weird. When I shared this video with my family, they were puzzled because we've always eaten rice made from rice, not milk. Alright, I finally cracked. This is just too awful. It's like a lump of plastic taking over my throat. However, this is just the beginning. These dessert-like main dishes all have their own peculiar flavors. I felt helpless as I chewed through them.
I hate salads, they're too cold.
Wow, 牛筋食堂，哇塞，好多好多好吃的呀！
这有小丸子呢，这还有。
It's really heartwarming to see Chinese.
When I tasted the delicious stir-fry, I felt like the happiest person in the world. The food at the gala dinner was as exquisite as a Michelin restaurant, and my friend and I even tasted wine together, but the portion was so small that we continued to eat biscuits in the dormitory when we got back from dinner. The welcome tea was also an activity that I found novel, the phenomenon in China where we make tea in small teapots and sever the leaves. However, here it's black tea with milk with chocolate biscuits and pastries. This traditional English afternoon tea is also a mode of leisure and relaxation. Over the last fortnight, we have sampled different types of local food in Oxford and London, and also Finnish and Mediterranean food on the plane. Some of them were tender, some were tough, some had strange flavors, but some we ate with gusto. This trip also gave me a new perspective on European food. One thing I found interesting in the UK is that when many foreigners see that we are Chinese, they give preference to speak to us in Chinese, which we can understand.
我们在康宁牛津大学是以色列的武器公司，我们还不知道，他们还没告诉我们多少钱，但是我们知道是很多。
坚持。
以色列现在已经下了怎么说4万多巴勒斯坦人，
哇，
包括15000孩子，就是一个我不知道怎么说 genocide。
OK，
所以我们在抗议，我们创造了一个小城市。
Thank you so much.
During the lunch break, we passed by a milk tea shop, and the 4 Chinese characters for pearl milk tea captivated me. It was very exciting for me to see my own language in a foreign country. My friend was also very excited to see the pearl milk tea, and she couldn't wait to buy it, even though the price was 3 or 4 times higher than at home.
7.74也是喝上了。哇塞，真的。
It's more common in London's Chinatown, with red lanterns, Chinese characters on the walls, and Happy New Year in Chinese characters like it's the new year, but it's summer.
我们今天早上要采访一下台湾大学的学生，然后问他们一些问题。
同学，他来自台湾大学，你能简单的介绍一下，就是在台湾上学的话，你的整个教育体系是什么样的？
我们其实还蛮多元的，就是我们有公立高中、高职。那公立高中就是教，就是算是官方指定的教科书，然后高职的话就是就是学技术的，像是什么我朋友就是修冷气的，或是修电机电路的这些东西。那高中的话，大部分就是直接考大学，然后高职的话叫做科技大学，就也是继续学那一套东西。
Through my interaction with this Taiwanese student, I realized that Taiwan's and China's are fundamentally similar, but when he said that his friend was fixing air conditioning at a high school, I pondered. In Taiwan, are classmates treated equally when they go to high school and when they go to university? Because in mainland China, if a student can't get into high school to get into college is feeling ashamed to be looked down upon.
对于高中生跟大学生有一些这样之类的一些偏见，或者是觉得他们是这样。
当然会稍微有点分别，对。
The look on his face answered when I asked the question. There is a difference, was the answer without some strong emotional coloring, but whether he said it out of politeness or in his heart, I could not tell. It brought back memories of my high school's 100 Day Pledge Assembly, where each of my classmates was trying to get good grades in the college entrance exams. They were together in the playground to boost their morale and study hard for the exams.
在台大就是一个很自由的环境，然后大家都是很单独、很独立的个体。那我们就大家自己决定想上什么课，不想上什么课，然后学校也不会几乎没有要。
藏西，我们明天就要回国了。然后在牛津大学的这2个星期，你觉得这里的教学方法跟我们在树人大学有什么不一样吗？
首先我觉得这里的教学模式跟可能有很大的区别。除了课堂之外，我们还有很多的组织，这样我们可以与教授 的教学地点不仅局限于教室，老师还经常带我们去草坪来做一些互动和游戏。他们也像朋友一样和我们相处。
I do think in many ways the British education system is well placed to produce global citizens. However, I think British education, there are many different types of education, like you can be homeschooled, obviously there are grammar schools, private education, and each of those I think have a different approach to global citizenship, so it really varies and depends.
The British education system is good as it allows us to learn a lot about world history, but when it comes to producing global citizens, we don't do enough to learn about the world, only its history. So there are many improvements that can be made to our education system to promote global citizenship, and maybe making some courses that are compulsory as well, so that every student in the country knows what it is to be a global citizen.
As an Oxford student, what are your expectations and suggestions for global citizenship education in the future? I particularly feel quite passionate about international relations and hope to someday become a diplomat and study them further. And I think just increasing the number of international exchange programs with like different continents across the world would be incredibly beneficial. I do think there are bigger issues with this in terms of finances, and especially with the current economic crisis in the UK and elsewhere. But I think that in all communication, just genuinely like having people in the same room together and discussing their thoughts is the most beneficial thing to global citizenship and peace, if that's not a bit dramatic. But yeah, I would say I hope to see in the future that Oxford continues or expands its attempts to motivate citizens and students to have those more global conversations.
Question 5. As an Oxford student, I believe it's very important that we learn and experience different cultures from around the world to promote and engage global citizenship. This could be facilitated by more exchange programs here, so that the students can go and visit more places in the world and experience the different backgrounds and societies of different people.
At our first formal occasion, welcome tea, every student wore exquisite and beautiful clothes. Even the waitresses changed into formal uniforms and bow ties. Our arrays have also changed into dresses, but they are more casual and daring and don't worry about underwear straps building out or flesh on their arms. But I do put a jacket on when I wear a halter dress because I'm worried about being teased about the flesh on my arms. During our presentation, we changed into formal dress, which made us more confident and showed respect for our teachers and classmates. At the final gala dinner, everyone dresses up in their finest. I think that dressing well is a valued cultural practice in the UK. It helps to convey respect, build relationships, boost confidence, and maintain traditions. However, in everyday life, many Brits dress casually, throwing on their bulky down jackets and sweatshirts. It's not even like the British gentlemen I remember. That's why my friends and I also dress casually for our daily classes and don't have to worry about people thinking we're sloppy. When we arrived in London, we stumbled upon a show for the LGBTQ community. Both the actors and the audience were dressed very boldly, walking the streets of London. It gave me a lot of courage to try to take off the jacket over the camisole.it, even slowed down the body anxiety after this trip too. Through the 2 weeks of study at the University of Oxford, I not only acquired knowledge about global citizenship but also personally immersed myself in cultural exchanges and the diverse educational systems across different regions. This experience elevated my understanding of the interconnectedness of the world, broadened my perspective on cultural diversity, and deepened my appreciation for the variations in educational approaches worldwide. It was a transformative journey that not only enriched my academic insights but also nurtured a greater sense of global awareness and empathy towards different cultures and educational practices.